Yes, guys, and welcome back to SFeatleyTV, and we're here for the watch along. No, we're not here for the watch along. We're here for the weekend review. Sorry, of the FIA Formula World Championship round 14, the Italian Grand Prix. And oh my, we didn't really expect that result, did we? Well, yeah, we didn't really expect that result from McLaren, but thanks to someone's idiocy, it made it quite easy for them. Right? Unfortunately, someone's forgot that doing one-to-one driver means the driver gets to do it back. Same as if you force someone off, expect them to do it to you, right? But no, like apparently the rules only apply to one person, right? And you should get special notice and grant. We'll be going through it, but you can see what I'm trying to get at. But yeah, so obviously we're gonna go through it bit by bit, but we're gonna start at the beginning of the weekend where we looked at qualifying on a Friday with the new Formula One like trial format of the sprint race and everything. Um, uh, but first, I'll go through some of your comments. Come on, as a McLaren fan, today is a good day. Yes, absolutely. But Max is a cricket cheater. Could I? Come on, yes, if you got a chance. Watch Horner say Hamilton was at. He's already said Hamilton was at fault. He's already said that. Oh, trust me, he's already said it. He's already said it. Trust me. All right, trust me. All right. But yeah, qualifying was a surprise result. Bottas managed to get himself on pole position with Hamilton in second place. Norris, I think, got third, and then Verstappen was fourth. Came to the sprint race, and then we saw Gasly, who qualified a very high, respectable sixth, stick it in the wall Curva Grande after damaging his front wing. That's after a poor start from Hamilton, dropped him behind even Norris and Verstappen, which put Bottas in first, Verstappen in second, and Norris third. And the problem with that was for Mercedes is that Bottas had to take a penalty. He had to take a penalty for a new engine, so he had to drop to the back of the grid for the actual race itself, which then meant that Verstappen would take pole position, which was worst case scenario for Mercedes. They've been quicker than the Red Bull for about 3 or 4 tenths around a lap in Monza, and now they're gonna have to deal with having that Verstappen looking like he's gonna go to a comfortable win, being in first place. But as the race started, it didn't quite turn out that way. The race started, he got a poor start, or I wouldn't say actually got a poor start. Everyone got a good start actually off the line. It's just Ricardo got a better second phase of the launch of the or launching off the grid than Verstappen did and got more momentum. Which then obviously by the time he got to the end of the straights, it's obviously a long way down to turn one, gave him the edge to take the lead. So Ricardo took first, Verstappen took second, Hamilton managed to jump Norris to third. Hamilton then got momentum to be trying to go around the outside of Verstappen into turn four. Verstappen doing what he usually does, just like not give a yard width of space, which you're entitled to if you're alongside a driver. And actually, Hamilton was a little bit ahead. No, he just shoves him straight off the road and forces Hamilton to take avoided actions and then actually drop behind Norris. Norris does what he does best with Hamilton and keeps him behind until the pit stops come along. Now, obviously, with the pit stops, you've got anything can happen. And Verstappen, I think Ricardo pitted first, and he was losing a lot of time doing that extra lap. Max Verstappen doing the opposite to what Ricardo would do. So immediately Red Bull will bring him in, and then it's just whatever happened to them being the best pit stop crew in the garage or on the the best pit stop garage this season, that sort of all went out the window for that pit stop because all of a sudden they um th- they end up having an 11-second pit stop. Now, when pit stops are usually sub 2 seconds, an 11-second pit stop is extremely poor. Extremely poor. A sticking right wheel gun, I think, was right rear on the right rear. The right rear wasn't done up. I think that was the problem. So, yeah, and what that meant is that and I'm just watching the replay of the start. So yeah, look, Ricardo getting a Becker's second phase of the launch and getting a good drag down into turn one, and then just quite happily takes the lead of the Grand Prix. You see here again, Hamilton getting alongside Max Verstappen, getting alongside him is wheel to wheel, and then gets forced straight off the road, and then has to take avoiding action, and then falls behind. Obviously, we're just watching Giovinazzi, who then has to take the same thing and then cuts across Science, and Science collects him and puts him in a wall. Then you got the two Aston Martins fighting over each other into the first Lesmo, and then Esteban Ocon beating Vettel into the second Lesmo, and then I think even George Russell mugs him as well. So a lot going on in that first laps. So well done to my boy Ricardo and Noyes. Yeah, Ricardo and Noyes, fair play to him. Absolute quality. Ricardo had to put up with such a fight from from Verstappen throughout most of the race. I'm just gonna bring him Brit, how are you, mate?
I'm doing wonderful. Yourself?
Yeah, man, not too bad. Yeah, so like I was just explaining about that turn four incident, and then we got up to the pit stops, and we had the slow pit stop for Verstappen,
Right.
and yeah, we had that slow pit stop, and it opened, and by that time it was the same lap that Hamilton finally got past Lando Norris into the Roger Chicane, and guess what? He was left. He went round the outside, and has actually left the car with space, which was unfair racing. So there you go. So it
Yeah.
proves it can be done. So um and obviously with that, Hamilton looked like he could make the pit stop and possibly jump Norris to take the lead, and um he had a slow pit stop himself, but not as slow as Verstappen.
Right.
And it
Yeah, that
meant
one
that
was real slow.
he had a slow pit stop as well. But he got out, and he got out in between Norris, but in front of Verstappen. But Verstappen managed to gain on him and sort of got to the outside of him.
Mm-hmm.
Would say about this far, should we agree? Should we say about like this far between each other? So how much that's Verstappen there. So it was like just there. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, something like that. So it comes around. So Hamilton decides, well, I'm going to do to you what you just did to me earlier. So I'm going to close the door. Right? If you want to play that game, we'll play that game. And instead
Which
of
he can
whacking,
perfectly do.
yep, he's perfectly entitled to do that. He's got the racing line. It's his
Mm-hmm.
line. And he decided to, instead of take avoiding action, try and stay in an impossible gap
Right.
that would have hit the sausage curb,
Mm-hmm.
which then launched him into the Mercedes and launched them both out the race.
Yeah.
So probably instead of saying accepting I've lost this battle, I'll take each other out, and at least then I've got 5 points in the championship.
Right. Yeah. He wasn't for some reason he wasn't going to back down because well he's Max Verstappen, so he's entitled. It's okay for him to do that. It I mean, because we all know you're coming up on into an area like that anywhere. The car coming up, it's your responsibility that everybody gets through safely. just because you were coming up, and we can argue about how close he was not close enough to where he took him over. So going into the turn, he still is going in. He's like, I'm running the curb. I don't care. And we'll see what happens on the other end. And well, we all saw what happened. And I mean, I get it, but you're in a championship race. Okay. You can't give any ground, or, you get what you get. But when you make a reckless, like, this is something rookies do, not some vet who is in a championship race. Your number one thing is get this car to the finish line, get this car on the podium. And he had his priorities all out of line. And the penalty, I have zero problem with it.
Well, since then we've had a judge, the stewards investigate it, and he's been fundamentally, for the Russian Grand Prix, been handed a 3-place grid penalty, which
I saw that.
Really makes my day. It's some poetic justice in that. I think.
A little bit. He'll probably overcook the engine, trying to get pole so the 3 grid won't. He'll still be right there, but he got what he deserved, in my opinion.
Yeah. Tom, how did you see it from your view?
Well, realistically speaking, he should have just pulled out of it straight away. It's Hamilton's on the race line, so there's no reason to try and
Hamilton do the same thing.
Unless it's toward the back end of the race and there's a possibility of winning, then probably he might have tried something like that. But
I don't even think that. I've never really seen Hamilton do that either.
No. I mean, if it's last ditch and you need the points in the championship, then fair enough, take a gamble and a risk. But in terms of it all, really, like what Brit just said, you might as well have just settled for the points that you got. You got the points at the sprint race where Hamilton didn't get. I don't think he got any points today at the sprint race. Not from what I can remember. He didn't get any points, and Verstappen still got the 2 points there anyway. So you could have easily just settled in, finished the race, and got some points on the board, and you would have still got probably more than Hamilton, or maybe just equal to Hamilton anyway, and just go for the fastest lap or whatever, and you'll still get another championship point that way. But really, it was in. It's up for debate and whatnot. I don't think, as soon as he's gone over the sausage curb, there's nothing that Verstappen can really do in that aspect. Albeit he's not really got that much room. He should have just pulled out of it, or maybe not even just settle for the place that he's in, and then make another attempt at it when it's a lot safer or whatever. But realistically, I think in a similar situation, if it's coming toward the end of the race or whatnot, then I could see Hamilton doing it if it meant possibly winning the race or going on further. But some people might say it's Silverstone, revenge or whatever. But see it how you want.
I don't see that. But yeah, people are.
That's what people say.
Yeah, exactly.
Is the measure of the two drivers, right? And before you look, any Verstappen fans want to try and have a go at me that's saying we did know he was okay or anything. Well, he did know he was okay when he got out the car, but when he was in the car, right? He didn't come on the radio and say it, did he? He didn't know he was okay then, did he? Has he got mirrors in the back of his car? No.
He walked right by him. Barely even looked at him.
No. Did he know he was okay when he was in the car? Has he got mirrors underneath the car to see? No. So, of course he didn't know he was okay, right? But no, it's like, oh no, it's his fault. That's his fault. What did Hamilton say? Is everyone okay? But Hamilton's a villain. Hamilton's a villain. You know what I mean? And do you know what's even worse, right? And I'm gonna bring you a tweet I've had to put up today, straight after it, right? A tweet I've had to put up straight after it, right? And I'm even gonna show you the argument I was having after I put it up, right? I put it this: here we go again. Verstappen causes another incident, and he's now getting abused. Right, Verstappen is a cheat. Facts. And when was this vile racism stop? Right. Once again, right, people ain't got a clue. Just wanting to obviously attack a black sportsman. You know what I mean? Right. And say cheer at both drivers trying to blame him. I've got this guy here sitting there trying to have an argument, like, sitting there like, is he not actually what to comment? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Right? Clearly, he doesn't quite get.
Listen, nobody gives a shit. If you don't care or you don't want to comment or you just wow, it's two
He
comments.
doesn't get
Who
the
gives
point
a
of the
shit?
post.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't get the point of the post, does he?
Who gives a shit, mate? Go and sorry to swear, Stephen, but go and hide under a rock or whatever, mate. If you don't give a shit about these sort of things,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
don't bother or ruin or dampen other people's days because there's no fucking reason to. But carry on, Stephen.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, mate. Like, just like, you know. And by the way, guys, you lot can go check that Twitter out and give him what I think. I would give what I think, you know. But you can jog on and do the same. Right? You have my full permission. But yeah, like I said, I've seen it over and over again. I'm just not gonna change my mind over this. Verstappen, like I keep saying every time. Learn your lesson. Learn your lesson. Right? Hamilton is not going to be intimidated by a little boy like you. Because that's what you are in this sport in a minute. A boy. Right? He's not going to be intimidated by someone like you. And if you're going to give that to him, he's going to do it back. Right? Simple as that. Get it through your head. Then you might actually start learning something. Right?
Hopefully
Yeah.
this will, and everybody, because everybody needs to know when there's a proper time to push, there's a proper time to let go, especially if you're in the battle for a championship. I know it's like out of reach from everybody else, so but still, the point is the safety you're putting everybody in, and really no critical part of the race. You just let that go. There's plenty of time to make things up and work harder instead of taking a risk, because he's going to slow down a little bit once he gets through the turn, so you can just full bore it over over the rumbles and fly on top of them.
You'd think it were, the final round in Abu Dhabi, the way that they were going at it on the corner. That's what I would have thought. If somebody would have showed me that clip, they wouldn't have showed me where it's at over day or anything. Or
I would have thought it's the last corner of the championship decider.
Of the championship decider. Thank you. Yeah.
Whoever gets out of that wins.
But even if you have to forfeit or vacate the win to somebody else, you're still getting 18 points. I know you're 7 points away, but even in Verstappen's mind, if you're still getting second, you've got the 2 points from the sprint, which obviously Hamilton didn't get any. You've basically 5 points down. Is that really a big deal when there's, you'll go to Russia and that's obviously more in Mercedes' favour. But when you start to go after Russia, really, it's anybody's track, really. It's not a stronghold for Red Bull or Mercedes, really.
Mm-hmm.
It's anybody's race when you go to, some of the other places. And even when you get to such as Abu Dhabi at the end of it all, yeah, Hamilton's got the experience, but realistically, like with such as Bottas, the change in power unit, has it really faltered Mercedes? Still got some points on the board, did he not? That would have just been a major thing for them.
Like he'll get it. The thing is, what winds me up now is that after all this, right, Verstappen might get some criticism, right? Hamilton doesn't get criticism; he gets abuse. He gets vile abuse. That's what really pisses me off, right? when he kind of come out, he could have come out in a press conference, and he could have come out straight in the interview and just gone, "Yeah, sorry, my fault." I think even Hamilton would have just admitted it's his fault.
Bro, I don't think he would have said, "Well, that's what happens when you don't give me space." I don't think Hamilton would have said that.
No, he just said everything's got to do it, and guess who? And do you know why I'm not surprised? Guess who's
Here we
there
go.
giving him? Guess who's there giving
Here
him
we
the
go.
back
Here we
up?
go.
Here we go. Right.
Who is it, Stephen? Who?
Oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me. I'm gonna give you the card. I'm gonna give you the card, mate. Right. I'm telling you. Right. Some guy who likes to think he owns the world, but he only owns a Red Bull.
Yeah.
No. Right. Horner, do me a favour. Right. Go blow up your horn. Right, mate, Horner. Keep crying. Keep crying. I couldn't care. Right? It shows every time you ever go at Hamilton about these things, it shows why you never got in Formula One and Hamilton did. Right? You were crap and you were never really good at it. So
Oh.
you call yourself a racer, but then every time a decision doesn't go your way, you're like, well, that's not fair. That's not racing. You didn't win. Right? And I love Toto Wolff. Literally said it. He said it out loud. Tactical foul.
Yeah.
Tactical foul. Yeah. Put it on him. And it was like, yeah, you've been found out, mate. Get lost. Jog on.
He might say to that. He might say something similar though at the end of the season, though, Stephen. To you. Keep crying, Stephen.
Nah. No,
Come on, Dabby.
No. The thing is, right, is that what this shows to me now is like, I could quite easily sit there and to what as he said, yeah, he deliberately took him out in Italy. Don't count that as a championship. Try and win it fairly.
Hmm.
You want to win it by your own rules. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You want to win
It's only
it
fun when you're winning.
MUSC Days, send me your Twitter and I'll get you on the next one. Right? I'll get you on the next one, which will be towards the Russian Grand Prix. I'll get you on the next one.
That's
right?
that's Adam, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know his Twitter yet. So you need to DM me. If you DM me, I will get you on the next one.
Put it in the chat or something, then Adam, or just DM Stephen, like you said.
Yeah, just DM me and I'll get you on the next one because I don't really want to put comment. I don't really want to put like, yeah, but I found a copy of MCFC Days. So just DM me, mate. So it'd be a lot easier because it's sometimes a hard night.
You have about 10 accounts that send you messages now, Steve.
yeah. You know what I mean? I'll look it up and there'll be about 10 accounts with it, and I'm like, who is Adam?
Yeah.
Where's Adam?
So just DM me, mate, and I'll get you on the next one. Don't you worry about that. Everyone gets their turn. But but take everything away from that. I know everything that's happened there has put it in the lap of McLaren. But their first win since 2012, Brazil, right? Which should have been won by Hamilton in that Grand Prix, by the way. His last race for McLaren, but it was won by. If you already follow me, then just DM me, mate, and I will make sure because sometimes I follow people. They have people follow me, and I can't find them on my follows. You're like,
you got about 10
forever.
Scrolling.
and I'm just like scrolling, and I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean. It just saves a lot of issues. Yeah, and then I can also add in the chat as well. So, yeah, but like I said, I'm not, mate. I'm not gonna be available, mate. I do apologize. I said I couldn't. I said I couldn't anyway because there were other people going on. No, I don't want to be on. But yeah. Anyway, so like I was saying, McLaren, their first race win since 2012, and I wanted Norris to win it. I wanted Norris to win it. Right, to be honest, I know Ricardo's not won in a while, but Ricardo's won a Grand Prix. I wanted Norris to win one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, all right. I'm sure Norris would have been like, no, I want to win it legitimately. You know what I mean? So it would have been. It would have
His
been.
chance will come.
His chance will come. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I think I can see him
It
winning
could
the
come
Grand
as-
Prix from now to the end. To be honest with you,
Do you know
there
what?
will
He
be
could-
there will be
Nah,
one
yeah.
weekend. There'll be one weekend where one of the top teams in Mercedes or Red Bull will be out of the equation for winning one, and the other one won't be having a good weekend at all.
I don't think so. I think it would be next season. I don't think I don't think Verstappen or Hamilton will really want to afford a repeat of this. They don't want to afford it. So, for me, for me, I would say next season, because it could be a completely mixed up group. McLaren could be on top, for all we know. So, like maybe next season they'll be up for winning more races because it'll be more level competition. You never know. So it'll be nice.
Yeah.
He will get it, but like I said, he will get his opportunity. He's got plenty of time in Formula 1 to do so. So we'll have to wait and see on that one.
Yeah, but he probably is, like you're saying, relying on an incident like this where Max and Hamilton both get taken out.
Yeah.
And your thing about neither one of them will want a repeat of this. They'll just want to be clean through the rest of the season. But it could still happen because you know how in racing goes. Like
in the moment, it's a lot more important than afterwards. Yeah,
right. I mean, not to just keep on piling on the guy, but I would definitely expect Max to make the mistake, not Hamilton, going further. But you put those two beside, and they're going to be beside each other plenty of times. And like we're seeing, neither one of them is going to give anything. And Norris will just, I mean, you hate telling a guy to race like this, but keep your car clean, stay behind Max and Lewis. See what happens. You might get yours.
Yeah, I think the best thing for Norris though is realistically, apart from Bottas maybe with a new power unit might spare on it, and I don't know if Perez is going to do something or whatever toward the end of the season. Maybe even possibly just challenge him for third every week. It's not exactly out of reach. I mean, with the pace that they showed this weekend, I know it was a track that suited them, but even for just toward the end of the season, try and get on the podium. Maybe not win it or come second, but third's not out of reach. I wouldn't say for either Ricciardo or Norris if they put the real work in, and if they get a good weekend going or whatnot, and even without the qualifying. People are still going to make mistakes strategy-wise or, in the pits or whatever. We saw what happened with Verstappen with the pit delay. There was the same with Bottas in Monaco and, Hamilton's had it before. So there's not always going to be, errors or mistakes, the driver's fault or, team fault or whatever. But, Norris, I think, massively, even when he signed the new contract, there was talk of it, it's future sealed now and everything, so all this, good form will just be dropping off. I haven't seen him drop off really that much. Maybe the odd race every now and then, but that's for every driver, is it not?
Right.
Every driver's going to have a bad race. They're not every weekend everybody's going to win something or you're going to have an amazing race. Max and Hamilton have shown that easily. Both have had crashes this season. Both have had, major blowouts or whatever. I think everybody on the channel remembers Stephen's reaction in Baku. From height to no.
Mate, you wanted to see me. I was cheering. I was like so happy. I was happy. I was like, yes, come on. He's out in front. And then it was like.
And then the restart happened, and then his brakes didn't.
No. No, you want to see it? The Italian guy, he's like a similar thing. I'm like, yes, he's in front, and then Verstappen comes around and puts him out, and I'm like, Are you taking a?
He's awful, man.
That's it. I've gone round the TV, screaming at the TV. Right, I've just left my chair. I've gone round to the front of the TV to scream at the TV. You can hear me in the background. They're like, are you taking the piss? Right, I've thrown my headphones on the floor, and I'm like, I've gone absolutely mad, absolutely apoplectic about it, mate. Don't. This, mate. What this sport will do to you at times when you support and you love it as what you do. I don't want to mention another driver again, especially since he's been confirmed as Mercedes driver. For next
You always got
year.
to get a little plug in, Annie.
I know.
With Mercedes, always got to get a little plug in, Stephen. I noticed this. Yeah, go on.
Well, there's nothing else to plug.
There's
No.
two more points for Mercedes. There's 2 more points for Russell. So 2 more points for George Russell. So it's in 9th, right?
Technicality.
Good race. Yeah, he wasn't having a good race, but he managed to get his way back up there, and right, thanks to Verstappen and Hamilton. Well, no, I'm not. Hang on. No one could. Hang on. No, thanks to Verstappen, actually. Let's get it right. Thanks to Verstappen, right, that he's managed to get himself up into 9th. So there's another 2 points for him there. So it's.
I mean, people might say with Sonoda in qualifying. Where he got thrown the technicality with the deleted lap, didn't he?
Oh no!
Yeah.
That was funny. That.
Oh, that was funny. I was like, it went from literally like, oh no, and then it then got deleted, and I'm like, oh yeah, right result.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, that's all on that. Oh, look at that! Watch, look, the best pit stop crew. Still waiting. Oh, now he's gone. 11 seconds.
Ooh, yeah, that was not good.
I could have had a cup of tea by that point. I could have had a
Could
cup
have.
of tea, read a newspaper, done a
You could have had a couple of shots in that time for anybody who drinks.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You could have had
Could have had about 3 shots in that time. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so it was that was a poor pit stop by Red Bull, to be honest. And it's just been to be honest, that was their big opportunity this weekend to capitalize on Mercedes' mistakes, because Mercedes have dominated practice and dominated me about 3-4 tenths quicker, and yet they were screwing the weekend up left, right, and center. Right, and in the end, they managed to they managed to screw it up. The big opportunity. Unlike sometimes where Mercedes have punished them early in the season, this chance they had to punish Mercedes, and they didn't take it. They didn't take it at all. And to be honest, as much as Horner could keep moaning, eventually he's gonna go stand in the middle and go, "My team screwed it up."
Well, maybe he is like that away from the camera.
Might break the mirror.
In the room by himself. No.
I don't think so.
You think him and Max are sitting down by themselves and he's telling them the same thing?
His head is so far up his own ass, it's unreal. It
appears that way.
It is so far up his own ass. You could probably see out of his mouth the other side to actually see the light. You know what I mean? It's so much. It gets himself in a tangle, right?
All twisted up.
All twisted up in a tangle, mate. Rolling around like a ball. You know what I mean? Yeah, so like I say, it was just poor. And do you know what? We're actually coming to the incident now. I'm just watching it on Channel 4 now. Watching it on the replay. But yeah, but I'm going to have to go to driver ratings, actually. We're going to have to go to driver ratings. So F1 driver ratings. So share screen. Bang. Boom. Look, I did that quick, and then it took Red Bull to do a pit stop.
Oh my god.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And here we go. Look, here we go. It's what is this? Lap 26. Right, halfway through the race. Verstappen goes around the outside. I'm going to take to the sausage curb and take everyone out. Right, that's how you call binned it, innit? That's what you call binned it, innit? Is that it was one of those? It felt like to me, it's like one of those. Like he knew he lost the position, so he's like, I don't want to play anymore. It's like when you play an F1 game and the multiplayer around you says they don't want to play anymore, and they just take you out.
Right? Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just go across the grass and take you out. He's that was sort of like him. He was like, yeah,
We're
I
done.
don't want to play anymore. I don't want to play anymore. Right. So yeah, we're gonna go into the to the drivers' ratings and team ratings for the season, and right, I'm gonna create a new level. I'm gonna create a new
I
level.
love when I love
no,
this.
no,
Somebody's
no.
name's gonna be involved here. I wonder
No,
I wonder
no,
whose
no.
it is.
No.
He knows what's coming.
No. No.
Oh, yes, he is.
I live for this stuff.
You could have done something about Horner, you know. This would have been your chance, Steve.
Honestly, that's what I thought he was gonna do.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Full
I was.
disclosure, that's what I thought.
Christian Horner settings.
Well, you know you can put straight in that section, don't you, Mazepin? Because his career's never getting off the ground, is it?
Well, yeah. To be honest, I could do that, but then I wanted to put them lower. Bear with me, guys. I actually got but yeah, I mean, in all seriousness, I mean, like, who's your driver of the day, Brit?
I mean, probably. I mean, it's hard because Boy hadn't won since a while, but Norris has to do a lot to stay up there and to say, hey, my car can compete. I have a better car than Ferrari. I'm catching Red Bull. So, and to stay up there and to hold it, and just a whole weekend was just fine for him. I'd probably go with Norris. But, big up to Ricardo getting the win.
I'm going to start with a special, right? I'm going to start with a special. I got a special.
Oh, God, here we go.
Nah, look, just going to get this one out of the way very quickly. Look, Christian Horner, look how sad he looks. Look, there you go.
Oh, my God. Don't let John hear you say this, Stephen.
Who? Oh,
Was it John?
Mate, we're playing the stream, mate. I don't care. I don't care. I'll leave it like that, and I'll just get him to see it for in all its glory. Right?
Oh,
love it, innit? You love a bit of Christian Horner settings, you know what I mean? Right? You know what? Maybe you should change the lyrics on that. Right?
Oh, God.
Crying.
Here you go. I'm happy.
Oh, my.
As long as you're happy with it, that's all that matters, mate.
Right, we're going to start with, and obviously Max Verstappen's going on his own level, just above him. He's no better either. He deserves his own level this time.
These are non-negotiables.
No negotiable that. So we're doing a Haas drivers first.
Oh, poor guys.
We
Poor guys, man.
I feel for Schumacher if Mazepin's dad buys the team. I feel for him.
Oh man. I mean, what, one DNF and last running car? Like, my gosh. The boys need help. Somebody needs to call
Yeah.
Haas and be like, hey, dude.
let's just put it very poor. Let's just round it off there.
Yeah, put both of them there, Stephen.
You know what I
Save the
mean?
conversation.
Let's move on to Williams. Williams had a good weekend, I think. To be honest, they didn't have a bad weekend. To be honest, they were struggling at the start, but they
Right.
seemed to round it off pretty well. So
Oh, yeah, definitely pulled it back in.
I think Latifi had a good, a decent weekend for him, a bang average weekend for him.
Yeah, I go
He did
okay,
well.
okay to good. Yeah.
George Russell, it's good every time, isn't it?
He's
You know what I mean?
he's
The
a
guy's-
driver.
That guy is he's just a legend, isn't he? He's just a legend.
He's not even trophy yet, Stephen.
Mate, he's do you know what? I'm a Hamilton fan, but I'm gonna be a Hamilton and George Russell fan now. So there you go.
Oh god.
Right, there you go. You've got the best. of both
Until he
worlds.
does something that you don't like, Stephen, like he'll ram
God.
Hamilton off the track.
If
or
he rams
something.
Hamilton off the road, then I'm gonna hate him.
Yeah. As you should. That's fair.
Yeah. So we're gonna go to Alfa Romeo's drivers of Kimi, Robert Kubica. Should we just put there was just poor?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't think you could.
Giovinazzi,
could
Stephen
get up
actually had a
to
good
okay.
weekend up to the crash.
Yeah, up to the crash, and then it all fell apart. To be honest, it all fell apart.
It all fell apart. Yeah,
Yeah, I
car.
did.
The car, literally.
Literally fell apart. Right. So yeah,
It's like Lego.
Right.
Don't need to describe Butter, thank you.
Oh,
Alpha Tauri.
Neither of them even started the race. Oh no, Gazza
yeah,
started the race, didn't yeah.
right. Yeah.
To be honest, like yeah, and he sort of crashed him out at the sprint race, didn't he? So let's just put that in extremely poor trash. We'll put Gazzy there and put Spinella there. Let's just leave it at that, shall we? We're gonna move on to Aston Martin's drivers of Stroll and Vettel. They didn't have very good weekends, to be honest.
Nah.
Not compared to
No.
what they've usually done. So
No.
poor.
Yeah,
Low.
yeah, I'd probably say Paul.
Okay. Alpine drivers of Alonso and Ocon. They didn't do too bad actually, or knocking on the fringes of the points.
Right.
I think
Consistent
this
middle of pack.
week,
Did
I
nothing
think
wrong, I don't think.
I think it's an okay for them. I
Yeah.
think better for them.
Correct. Right. I've seen
Ferrari,
worse though.
their home race, they were struggling at the start of the weekend, but obviously, they sort of ended up 5th and 6th. They couldn't get any more. The
No.
other drivers,
No, yeah,
McLaren, McLaren were in their own little world, and then it was Mercedes, and then Red Bull. So,
To be fair,
yeah.
they're probably doing as best, like you said, as best as they can with everything around
I
them.
think despite everything, I think they had a good weekend. To be honest, good amount of points, but yeah, McLaren, right? Can we just put them up there, like
Yes.
Stephen? Can we put them and them up there and put the car up there as well? So we just leave it there.
Gotta have
Right.
the car up there.
Right, then I'm gonna go to Sergio Perez, who managed to recover some of his situation, but it was a bang average.
I would say
Mm.
so.
Yeah, I would say there was nothing special.
Yeah, he didn't do
Yeah.
anything special.
Yeah. Let me know, people, if you agree or disagree with the ratings. Sorry, Valtteri Bottas. Right, had a good weekend getting pole, won the sprint race, but then forgot he's starting last. But he still fought his way to the podium, so like it's still.
I mean, he's got
I
up
would-
17 places. He's had
Yeah.
to get past
It's a very
17
good weekend.
people.
It's a very good weekend, to be honest. I think that's a very good weekend for his books.
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton. didn't have a great. He got second in the qualifying, which you can't say is not exactly terrible.
Right.
But I was expecting him to
Fell
win
away
that
at the sprint
qualifying.
race.
He fucked up the. He screwed. Sorry, he screwed up the sprint race. Sorry. And then
You think part of
yeah.
that these guys are just trying to get used to the format and figure out how to set up the car?
Yeah, but the problem is that they're so difficult to overtake.
Right.
That's why it just doesn't work. Even down there, just you've got someone with a good straight line speed, they can overtake each other. So, like, look how long he was stuck behind Lando.
Correct. Yeah. So
But
And
Lando
here you go.
defended it well, though, really.
Yeah,
for
but
most of the
it's
race.
because he had a great straight line speed.
right.
So and that's, they knew that's Red Bull. McLaren knew that's all they needed.
I wonder
So
if they'll keep it because, like you said, there's
Hamilton,
very little.
I'm putting him. But okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The accident wasn't his fault.
No.
Right. So there we are. Haas get
In the bin. Put him down there with Horner.
Red
Put him down there with Horner. Put him with Horner.
Bull owned by Christian Horner. So there we are.
Right.
Marco's Christian Horner's bitch. So there we are. That's pretty much what I think of the team right now.
yeah.
Don't even change my mind on it. Williams, I think they had a good weekend for them.
Mm-hmm.
Good weekend for them. Should we say Giovinazzi and that they had a poor weekend?
I think the car did really well, to be honest, against some of the others, though.
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
I would have put
the
it
team they did okay.
average. I would have put it average.
Oh, okay, that's surprising. Aston Martin. What are we saying about Aston Martin, fellas?
Shocking.
Poor.
Yeah.
Shocking.
yeah.
Poor.
Yeah. Poor.
Alpha Tauri.
Almost way poor. Almost.
Well, they didn't even finish with a car on the grid.
Oh, it's trash. Let's leave it for it.
yeah.
Alpine.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I would say okay.
Ferrari at their home race.
That's the bummer part of it.
Yeah, the car wasn't great. It was okay. But
I mean, they've got good drivers.
They
They
just don't build a good enough car to
No,
compete.
Yeah, it's up top, man. It's been the problem for a few years running now.
It's been over 10.
They've had the drivers to win championships. You know,
Yeah.
Vettel, Kimi. You know,
I know.
Sainz, Leclerc.
It's been over 13 years now since the last one I title. No, 14 years now.
Yeah, and that's unacceptable. And,
And
that's not
no.
the drivers. That is not the drivers because
But
they've
let's
had.
be fair, their last world champion was Niki Lauda in Scheckter in 79 before Schumacher in 1994 in 2000. Sorry. So they've gone through longer without a driver's title. But anyway, we're gonna go to Mercedes. Mercedes had a bang average weekend.
I would go with that. Yeah.
Yeah, fair's fair.
So we're all cool with that. So yeah, so team and driver of the weekend, McLaren, no fault there, no change there. So
Yeah.
obviously,
Stephen, I called this, did I not? Come on, I called this, but
you
McLaren. Go back and watch. Go back and watch when we were on the sprint
McLaren
race.
Did you McLaren won too?
I never said they'd win. I said that they
No.
would make one of them would get into the top three, though.
Yeah,
One
but
of them
you
would
did
get into
say
the top three.
Get a 1-2.
I never said 1-2, but I said they'd get into the top three.
Yes, you didn't really call it then, did you?
Well, I said McLaren would get in, at least into the top three.
God,
You were
damn.
saying, oh no, Ferrari, their home track, this, that, the other.
You're not getting my point here.
I remember, Stephen. I can go back and clip. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's all right.
It'll be on Stephen's page.
You can clip it as much as you want, and I'll quickly sit there and say, you didn't say 1-2, so there we are. You didn't call it then, did you?
1-2. I've said it. 1-2.
Yeah,
clip that in.
Clip that in. I'll just change the timing in the video.
Yeah, right.
Right, simple as this. Yeah, so to round it off, great weekend for Formula One. for the championship, right? We learn that Verstappen is a cheating two-faced
Crybaby.
crybaby that needs to go away. Go. I
Who do
don't
you hate
know.
more, Stephen, Verstappen or Horner? Seriously,
I
unbiased
don't know.
opinion. Come on,
I
come
don't
on.
know. Maybe he needs some more. Maybe he needs some motherly love. Right? Maybe he needs.
Motherly
Like,
love.
you know what I mean? Maybe Verstappen needs. Verstappen needs an arm round and just told, "It's all right, Dad. I love you." Right? It's
Hornet's not going to
okay.
do that.
He won't do it again. Nasty Hamilton won't do it to you again. Something like that. I don't know. Or maybe he needs a dry slap and by his dad and actually said, "What the hell are you doing? Get on with it. Like, get a grip."
Lots of ways to help the kid.
Well, that would be the way to help the kid, to be honest. Right. But there you go. But I'm gonna leave it there. Make sure to smash the like button, the subscribe button. Thanks to Brit for coming on again.
Oh, always fun.
Yeah, definitely. We've got the Premier League review roundup show tomorrow. I'm gonna be trying to get a panel on for that. We've also got the match reaction at 3 o'clock, and I'm hoping I can get some Arsenal women on tonight, tomorrow. For that. If not, it will be just the usual panel. But that's the one thing I want to do. And I also want to try and set up an Arsenal women's show at some point, because I think that's the new thing that I think I want to do as
Nice.
well. But don't forget,
Yeah.
there will be chances for other fans to come on. So don't feel you're being left out here. Right? There will be watch-alongs to come on. There will be
More rants from Stephen about Arteta.
yeah, you'll even get a chance to have a say on our shows. You even get like review shows of the Premier League review show as well. The Hot of the Press show is going to stay the same. But yeah, there's just some more stuff about Arsenal in there. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, but anyway, make sure to smash the like, smash the subscribe to support Children's Liver Disease Foundation. I said I was gonna be back at 9, but I'm gonna call it back until I'll say after on Friday. If not, I'll put it back to next weekend because I just don't feel. I might do it. Yeah, I'll do it next weekend, on next Sunday. So I've done 2 streams, and after today's streams, I'm knackered. I'm absolutely knackered, so I'll be falling on my feet. So yeah, so we'll be doing that liver awareness show next Sunday. So make sure to tune in then. But for that, because that's the most important show of the week. It's supposed to be every week, and I've done it in a couple of weeks, so it's kind of important to get it done next week. So and it's really important to get that done, and make sure you all tune into that. But tomorrow we've got, like I said, the match reaction, the Premier League review show, then the Arsenal gossip column to go on as well. So, and I've got to set up all them and create thumbnails and shit. So I've got to do all that. But yeah, anyway, stay safe, stay well, and we will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.